Ain't no loyalty. Ain't no loyalty.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Hey, man, these brothers ain't loyal.
These garden tools ain't loyal.
Oh, hey.
We're on?
We're on.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Wow.
From this is no longer the Jeff Brown soliloquy.
Oh, you heard that? Huh?
Man, that dude was, hey, man.
He filled in for you last week.
I appreciate it. I appreciate Jeff sending out his fight for Jason Whitlock. I hope that works out for him.
Okay.
Dude is on one for Jason Whitlock. I've never been on one like that. So we're back. Welcome to what's the name of the show?
In a Man's World.
And what should they do?
Tighten up your belts.
Yes. And I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
And we are back. Thank you, Jeff Brown, for all that unnecessary stuff.
You think it was unnecessary?
Wow.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just being me.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna start beef here
What?
with you and Jeff.
No,
Okay, cool.
I mean, Jeff has too many big words for me to beef with him.
Oh, okay.
You know, I would keep it simple. You know, the heck with you.
I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was just interesting. You know, I listened to a little bit of the show, and
A little bit.
it was hard.
It was hard.
It was
Same
hard.
thing she said.
It was hard to listen to, but you know, my peoples listened to it.
Oh, you got people listening to it for you?
My muse listened to it.
Okay.
She was like, "What is going on?" She started going. I was like, "Hey, it ain't all that. Let him have his, you know, if that's what he wants to do, you know." And Jeff called me, yo man. I was like, "Hey, you should have sat in the center. Should have sat in the center chair. Unless POTUS told you not to."
Yeah, POTUS was like, no, you sit over here. Stay in your seat.
You got to say, "Hey man, tell the guests to get over there." You don't be letting nobody just come jump in our shit, POTUS. Hey, man. I said, no, Jeff, sit over there. I would have put him over there where POTUS is.
Oh, wow.
No.
Such a tyrant.
Yeah, my house. So it's a beautiful day. I made it back. Landed last night.
Where were you at?
I was in Philly. Okay. Landed last night.
What you doing in Philly?
Yeah.
I landed last night.
What time did you get back in?
My son was on time picking me up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got my pretzels. Philadelphia pretzels. Got me.
Oh, that's from Philly?
Yeah, got some peanut chews.
Oh, okay. Did you get your Philly cheesesteak?
I did. It's in the refrigerator.
Which ones did you go to?
Now here's the thing.
Pat's?
Where I wasn't in the city of Philly. It was outside of Philly.
Okay.
Okay.
So the airport has a place called Geno's. So I stopped on the way back.
I thought you said that was for tourists.
Yeah, but it was the most authentic I could get. So I haven't eaten it yet. It's at home. Okay. I know my son. I told my son only eat half.
Now, what did you get on it? The Swiss cheese?
No, I just got.
Wait, now what's
American
better,
cheese.
Geno's or Pat's?
It's just either one of them are okay, but you have to go to a corner store.
That's what people said when we were there.
and make sure the grill is dirty.
Yeah, you always said that.
Yeah,
Dirty
you just
grill.
don't eat off of cream. So, you know, I mean, it's just like white people have Europeans have their favorite barbecue, and we have our real barbecue. you ever had a European suggest barbecue?
Yeah, it's out the oven.
And then they say, "Oh, you got to go to this place. It's got great barbecue." Then you go, and you're like, "This is nasty.
Right.
It's not barbecue." You know, so and then when you give them some real barbecue, they lose their mind.
my God!
Oh my God!
Fall off the bone.
This
got
tastes
sleepy.
this tastes just like the slave barbecue. You know, when the slaves used to make
Did we
it.
barbecue back there?
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Okay.
And we had to do something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they had all of the things that we loved.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's that fire going on back there?
Yeah, put some, you know, and the sauce was probably our sweat.
Yeah.
You know, so they love our sweat.
Yeah.
They love our sweat. So, and then I get there. It was a cool flight, little bumpy.
Yeah.
All right, so the elephant in the room was I went to Philadelphia to attend the. First, before I talk about that, I'm gonna talk about how in traveling, and we all travel.
Yeah.
And people in the world travel. I noticed how California is so made up.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the makeup.
Okay.
The people wearing makeup, people looking a certain way.
Right.
People dressing a certain way. It's like magazines out
Now,
there.
is this on your departure to Philly?
This is me
going to Philly.
Yeah, seeing the people who were going back to Philly.
Okay.
And then getting into Philly and looking at
the real people, the Philadelphians
who don't have makeup.
Right. Yeah.
You see real people.
Right.
You know, like, oh wow. You know, to where you don't want to say ugly because ugly's in the eye of the beholder.
Shocking.
But you're like, oh my God, that's a regular person.
Right.
You know, it's like everybody looks like a hillbilly.
Hilarious.
You know, and yet whatever you would think a hillbilly would look like, no makeup. You know, the kids are really
Everything
big,
is natural. Yeah.
overweight. Everybody looks like they got a cholesterol at a high level. I was like, Jeff wouldn't like them.
Beef is king in Philly.
Yes, and it's just like, and all the ladies look like they've been smoking their whole life, and they just, you know, and everybody's thick.
Yeah.
Everybody's thick, and everybody looks like they can fight or they've been in a fight.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just so interesting. At first, I flew first class, so it was interesting that like at least 15 people asked me, "Are you sure you're in first class?" And I'm standing in line to get my boarding pass in the first class thing.
Correct.
And the woman, 3 of them came behind me. Sir, are you sure you're in first class? And now you can't argue with them.
Because they're ready to throw you off.
So now this is not on the plane. This is in line to get my boarding pass.
So these are people who are actually flying with you or not?
No. One person was flying with me, and then the other one was the people who worked for the airline.
Right.
Correct.
And so I did something I thought was clever. I just pointed to the. So are you in first class? And I pointed. And I said first class. Okay. Just want to make sure I read that right. That's what I would say.
We got smart ass.
Then the guy behind me is like, you know this is first class.
Now,
I said first class. Right. Okay. I got
now, the people that ask you, are they of European?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of
course.
Yeah. No, a brother would give you a high five. Yo, homie, you here too? You know.
So
dope.
Yeah. They just look at you. And that's so funny because someone said, Cosby said, it was funny. He said, we were talking, comics talk.
Right.
And we were talking about, he said, there's 2 things that black people will not say anything to you about when it's going on. And the 2 things are when you're putting too much hot sauce on your food. People won't say anything. They'll just say, "Hey man, hey man,
You like it hot?
You like it hot?" They just let you. They let you just keep putting it on.
Like you're wet.
And another thing is when somebody says, "That's a transvestite," they won't warn you. That's 2 things that black people will not tell you.
On your own.
Yeah, they let you find out on your own. They won't warn you. Say, "Hey, yo, man, that's
true.
A dude. That's a dude."
Right, dude.
And the hot sauce.
They won't give you that.
They
warning.
won't say if you put nowadays if you put too much salt, people will say, "Hey, man, it's a lot of salt." Is that sea salt? Hey, man, it's a lot of
Right.
But hot sauce, that's man. You don't mess with nobody's hot sauce. That's what You might say the kind of hot sauce.
Right.
Oh man, you like that kind, but you won't say don't do that.
Yeah,
Is that hot or mild?
Yeah. Yo, you like Red Rooster? Yeah. So
Tabasco.
Yeah, but you'll tell them all the time, "Hey man, you shouldn't be drinking sodas. Hey man, that's too much. That's too much acid." Or "Hey, that's a lot of butter, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of butter, man, for your heart. Watch out." He's like,
put too much syrup on them pancakes.
yeah, like, "Oh man, you put mustard on your baked beans." So we got, but hot sauce. And if somebody's a dude dressed in a girl's outfit,
I just got a question for it. Why does syrup disappear on pancakes like that? Where does it go?
Hey man, and I put way too much syrup on. It's usually when I'm done my pancakes. You
still got a lot
of syrup.
But now, do you do it like? Because I used to do it when I ate it. Like you get the stack, the 3. Then you butter the first one, then the second one, and then you pour the syrup on the first one. Then you lift the one up and pour the syrup.
No, I cut mine first.
Oh, see.
I cut mine. I cut mine up, then I syrup. I put the butter, like you say, then I cut it, then I syrup. And I think that's from having kids. When you feed your kids, you're used to cutting stuff first.
But watching you eat is like you just separate your food. Like you don't want them fighting.
They can't touch?
No, they can.
Okay. Nah, he get a bacon. He get a plate. Like I'm putting.
So if you get a pea in your potatoes, you lose it.
No. But I will put my sausage and my bacon on another plate. But I do like my bacon and sausage in the syrup and stuff when I eat.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
but it's all going on in the same spot.
Yeah, and I know there's some people out there who just cannot touch.
Yeah.
And some people like I remember this girl I knew. She had a. Well, actually, I was married to her. Let me talk about
girl I knew.
Yeah.
How well did you know?
That far removed?
Yeah, right.
That part.
Yeah. And she did not like me going on her plate to get something. You know, when you're eating.
Cross-contamination?
Yeah, I would take some off her plate. Oh, you got your own, you should order.
Yeah,
but she could do that all day on mine.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you know, like, and Lou is stingy like that too. You know, like, he will eat whatever he wants, then he'll say, hey, you want some?
Yeah, when we
I don't like when people do that because, like, all right, you're done with it. Now you're going to offer me something. You're supposed to. I don't know what the proper etiquette is. If you're supposed to offer somebody some in the beginning, middle, or the end.
I think it is before you contaminate it.
Would you like to try it?
Yeah,
In the beginning. It should be in the beginning.
Right. And I don't think you should. If you don't know me, you shouldn't be offering a stranger some.
I mean, if you see it touch down, you know, then it's like somebody cut you a piece, then, you know, that's cool.
It used to be really big with taste this. Now it's not as much.
No.
Not as much. When the diseases start coming, people start chilling on
It's the same analogy too. Like if you're in a relationship with your girl,
right,
and then you go down and you perform oral sex,
and
then you use a toothbrush. Do you have a problem with that? It's like
did we go from pancakes to to oral sex? I mean, it's just, it's
they both start with a P.
It's definitely a man's conversation. Okay, from
it's like how disgusting is that?
And the maid poet has grabbed the mic when you said oral sex.
Have you ever used another girl's toothbrush?
No. I'm just no. I'll just put some toothpaste and go like this.
Does that work?
No, for about 2 minutes. Then after that stink start coming right. That stink start coming back. Yeah, it stink start coming right back up. You know, it's just no. Especially depending on what you ate that night.
That's true.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So
why not just use a toothbrush then?
And it's interesting because.
Do you have to clean your mustache too?
That is so
well. That
necessary.
depends. That
Answer
depends.
the question.
What do I have to?
Yeah,
do I brush my mustache?
Is it creamy? Do you use creamy?
Or do you leave it on so you can smell it all day?
Oh, that's nasty. Do you?
Man, we just went from pancakes to oral sex to stuff on the mustache. Can we get back to macaroni and cheese? I don't know what that meant. But
so no, you was in line and 3 people have asked you.
Yeah,
first class.
that was an interesting thing. Then first class is because you get the board first.
Correct. Right.
And then I go to board and
you get to see the losers come on.
It was a sister.
The losers.
It was a sister who was checking people and she's like, "Come on, baby." So she was cool. She knew that I wasn't going to be up there. You know, without being up there.
Right.
Now, were you the only black in first class?
No, it was a black woman.
Oh, okay.
Who looked at me like I owed her money.
Oh, like, why are you here?
You know, and then
that's how we do each other.
All the older white dudes looked at me because I had seat 1F. Okay. So I had a window seat in the front, and then it was an Asian dude sitting next to me. And Asian people are interesting. Older Asian dude, they don't care about anybody.
Right.
They don't. Nobody mess with them. They got their Asian paper. It's in their language.
Right.
They just, are not intimidated. Yeah. They know they lost the war, and they just,
Well, unless airport security dragging them off a plane.
Right. And that dude was younger than I'm talking about 60. The older ones. Older, yeah. But so he was, and interesting. So he was. We didn't say anything. We didn't say anything.
The whole flight.
You need
whole
water.
Flight.
Wow.
No, I'm good. Thank you. He didn't say. We didn't say anything the whole flight. And everything was okay.
Did he have that like Asian smell?
No. Okay. No, I did check for that. No, you're absolutely right. It's like that garlic. Everyone has
raw calamari.
Everyone has odors.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own body odor.
Right.
And it's like white people Europeans smell like clam chowder.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure we smell like fried, anything fried. We smell like anything fried. Yeah, we smell like anything fried with a lot of cologne.
Cornmeal by Calvin Klein.
Right.
It smell like hot sauce and
the millennials smell like computers.
Yeah.
And because it's interesting because Lou works around a lot of Europeans. And whenever I pick him up, he gets in the car, he smells European.
European.
He's got. I'm like, you've been around him all day. And I remember his mom used to come home from work, and I used to say that, "Hey, you smell white.
Yeah.
Go shower, go get that off you." And I guess it's just like when we in a fried place, you go out smelling like chicken. But it really,
that's true.
You smell like what you come home from work. I guess I smell like warm up. So
So y'all, the whole night, it's a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, going 6
And-
hours coming back.
Yeah, and you and the person sitting next to you.
No, I was reading my book. He was reading his book.
What were you reading?
I was reading. I got this thing on David Letterman. I'm reading right now.
Okay.
The David Letterman bio. So,
and did you happen to check out what he was reading?
he was reading an Asian paper, and
Why
then
am I
it was a
sitting
little
next to it?
Asian book,
Oh, okay.
and it was all written in their language.
Okay. Mandarin.
One part said, "What you looking at, nigga?"
Yeah. Why am I sitting next to a nigga?
You know. So what
did you eat?
Now, interesting. I got on the plane, had my headphones on. I was kind of like not asleep, but my eyes were closed, evidently. And she had asked everyone else. So the only thing I had, she said the only thing available. First, she asked me what I wanted, and I said, "What do you offer?" She said, "Well, the only thing available is the chicken salad, whatever." So I thought of Jeff.
Did you eat it?
I ate some of it. I ate around it.
Yeah, around it.
Now,
The chicken was cold. It's hard for
Cold chicken salad.
I can't eat cold chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I ate around it, and the best part was the bread.
What kind?
A roll.
Oh, okay.
You said there's no healthy bread, right? There's no such thing as healthy bread.
It's the 7 grains.
7 grains.
If that's all you got to eat,
If you got a lot of fiber in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So if you ain't eating nothing but bread, it's good. So But so
Wow, what are you saying? That's all I'm eating? Bread and water?
no, I'm just saying if you pour and you don't
If
have
you
nothing
give you a
to-
plate of butter, you get a little plate of butter.
yeah, the butter that was interesting. The roll was hard,
And then they give you that
but
butter.
the roll was hot, but the butter was hard.
Yeah.
So what I did on the way back, when they gave me because my entree was hot, I took the butter and put it underneath it.
As you should.
Yeah, so it could be warm.
Warm up,
So and then
The little tricks that you do?
Yeah, so coming back, it was some rice and asparagus and chicken. That was decent.
Did you sip on something? You didn't have a
I had cran apple,
apple.
Oh, okay.
and I felt really good because you get the whole can in first class,
Wow.
Oh, you
and you get a glass.
Now, was you dressed casual?
Yeah, I had jeans, sneaks, and a sweater and a shirt, like a t-shirt and a sweater, V-neck sweater.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to wear my sweats, even though I had them with me, because I put them on when I arrived and walked to the store and got some peanut chews and stuff. So coming back was interesting because, again, you look at the people and you're like,
Are you just going to skip out the middle?
About what?
Being there.
Oh, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that.
Told you.
Yeah, really. You know,
It's my story,
show.
bitch.
Yeah.
Cut me off.
So coming back, I get on the plane, and first there's a woman, because you can pre-board with some kids.
Right.
And it was this overweight woman with her overweight son.
You said fat.
Fat.
Were they in first class?
No, they were pre-boarding because with kids.
Oh.
And the kid was so big, she had her boarding pass. She couldn't find his.
Oh, wow.
And so me and another woman were waiting to go on. And she's standing there, and she all in her purse and all that. So me and the other woman try to hand ours
Excuse me, bitch.
Yes, to the stewardess. She's like, "Just wait a minute." The stewardess,
Oh.
the woman taking the ticket. Just wait a minute. And I looked at her.
Oh, was she white?
No, she was fat, light skinned black.
Oh.
So I said, I was like, "Yeah, we have been waiting, but can she step to the side? 'Cause she can't find her." So then the woman took her name and printed her a new one right there. So now it's nothing funnier than when a white person gets smart, because then it takes it off of you.
Right.
And the other one's, the white woman's like, "Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait, hun, because she's gonna just she's doing too much." It's like nothing funnier than an old white person giving some flavor. She just doing way too much.
Right.
And then the woman taking a ticket, looking at her and says, "Excuse me, you're doing too much. We should already be on the plane." Now, black people will let white people go at them. Now I know I would have been handcuffed
Oh,
by
yeah.
then.
You'd have been removed.
So I said, I concur.
Good one.
I concur. I think she's doing way too much. Now I'm waiting for. Then she looked at me. She's like, "Excuse me." I said, "I concur with her." She said it to you first. So if you're gonna lock somebody up, lock her up first. So and she looked at me. Okay, and then took. I said, "No, she can go first. Let this woman, because she was the one that initially hit you." So, and then we walk in. I said, "Yeah, she mad." I said it so she could hear me. And I guess that's called passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive, yeah.
So I get on the plane. Now, there's a few people on there in first class. Now, there's no place for my backpack because I'm in the first seat.
Right.
So if you're behind it, you put it underneath your seat. So I'm in the first seat.
1F.
So a couple backpacks are up there. So the woman says, the little young stewardess says, well, you have to put it way in the back. I was like, but why would I have to do that when I don't have a seat? It normally would go underneath my seat. Now, I see backpacks here that could go underneath people's seats. That just doesn't add up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then she thinks about it. Because now, like, okay, he's making sense.
Right.
So then, and the people are hearing me. So the guy this is an older white guy that I'm sitting next to this time. He's like, well, that's not my backpack. I said,
don't look at me.
So then I go back and I put it in the back. So then somebody removes their backpacks now and put it underneath their seat because they heard me. So I'm sitting in my seat now. I put my backpack back there. She's like, okay, there's an opening now. I was like, no, I'm good. You know, are you sure? I'm good. If you want to move it, go ahead and move it. But I'm good. Everything is good. I'm sitting down. I'm ready to go home.
Right.
So the white guy's looking at me. So this white guy, the white people they make everything theirs, their space. So he has these shoes on, penny loafers with no socks. Wow. So then he takes the penny loafers off, pulls out some socks out of his bag, put the socks on, gets up, put his shoes up in the thing.
In the overhead.
Overhead.
Yeah.
Overhead. I was like, now most people just keep the shoes right there.
Yeah.
He's at home.
At home.
I do this every day. This might be new to you. I do this.
Yes.
Right. This is what I do. I put my shoes up here.
Right.
Wait till we get in mid-flight and the lights go off. I'm going to take my pants off.
Yeah.
Really going to fuck you up there.
So you're my secret garden.
You see my pants.
Wait till we get over 10,000 feet. You start hearing stuff unbuckle.
And then can you sit forward? Like, what the fuck, man?
Wait till we get over Denver.
Yeah, you're going to put his pants on the back of your seat and shit. Oh, man. That's what we do.
Oh, my God. You're going to pull out an iron board when we're about to land. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, but I figured something out. I have my little phone with songs. I have 116 songs on the phone.
What?
Wow.
So I said, okay. Each song might be like 3 minutes.
You had your headphone? You buy something?
My headphone. No, I have my headphones.
Okay.
So I was like, each song will be about 3 minutes.
So how many times can I go through it?
So, but I didn't get all the way through it. So I calculated, it was 348 minutes for the 6-hour flight.
Right.
Okay.
So, and I got through maybe 50, 60 songs. But it was great because I like each song I have on there.
Did you repeat any?
Yeah.
No, I didn't repeat. Didn't touch it.
Okay.
Just let it play through.
Oh, okay.
And it was great because by the time we were landing.
Okay.
I was like, that's.
And they didn't interrupt you
Who?
for like a meal or anything. They ain't like.
No, I stayed awake for the meal this time.
Okay.
So and then I did some reading. Then I it's hard to sleep.
Now, how was the flight?
Flight was okay, a little bumpy.
Okay.
And then here's the thing, I got busted. So with my bag being back there as a backpack,
Okay.
I figure we're getting close to L.A. So I go get my bag, put it underneath my legs, and I put my blanket over it.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm thinking like, all right, she ain't gonna notice it.
That, yeah.
Man, that stewardess like, you need to go and put that bag back. So I gave it to her to put back. And then the white dude laughed at me like, oh, you got busted. But because I didn't want to have to get up. So then when I had to get up, I just excused myself. I was, excuse me, man. Except as I was tapping people in the back, got my bag, came back up
Yeah,
front.
because that's important. As soon as that door opens,
they pop up like toast.
Yeah,
man.
you ready to roll.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not going to be stuck back here.
Right.
I'm going through y'all. So I was tapping, because Europeans don't say anything. It was maybe to the 6th row.
A first class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most they grunt. And I pat them back. Say, hey man, slide up, man. Watch out. Excuse me. Hey, slide. I'm coming back up front. Slide. I was forceful in that.
Right.
But what they do is after a long flight, they get up and they got to stretch.
Yeah.
And they open up the door and and if you in coach or you in business class, you're like, what the fuck is holding up? And the first classes, they like,
yeah, you get to the hot towel, and and the thing with the hot towel is I clean everything. Ears,
shoes,
back of my neck, my headphones. Hey man, I start wiping everything. You give me a hot towel. We just had some sex.
Yeah.
So.
My underarms. And
so
shit,
warm up this chicken.
Yeah, you my kind of woman. You give me a hot towel. So, but
I feel you on that. I'll be like, I go through a couple of them. I'm like, yeah, can I get another one?
Yes, for now. Yeah. So that was but my main thing is always to take off safely and land safely. I don't.
Now, do you thank the pilot when you leave?
Yeah, I say thank you to everybody.
Okay.
I kiss the plane. I kiss the side of the plane when I come in. I kiss when I go, and I say, "Yeah, I say thank you because I'm grateful to be." Hey, the name of this show is what?
In a Man's World.
The number's 323-293-3375. Comey testified. I can't wait to get to Jeff's news.
Yesterday, yes.
And
I heard.
Cleveland's about to get swept tonight.
I heard.
Oh, man.
So T to sports, and I was looking at some comments on the Facebook thing about people saying that LD went to support Cosby. You know, how could he go do that?
Wow.
Are they on you like
They
that?
got you like that?
You know, I mean, one guy hit me on Twitter talking about that's a bad look for you, and I was like, I didn't even know I had a look.
There you go.
So you know, it's just like people take it personal,
Right.
and it made me start thinking. And when we came in, Jeff was saying there's no more ACs.
AC Cowlin.
It's like there's no loyalty. You know, everybody's self-preservation is the first thing. We all know that.
Law of nature.
Yeah. So you know, it's like there's a couple good friends I know knew me, and they knew what my choice would be anyway when it came down to it.
Right.
The people who don't know you have all these opinions
about you and of you, yes.
And about the situation, and they don't know. And that's the thing. You only know what the news is telling you.
Right.
And that was part of the reason of me going was to bear witness to the truth.
Okay.
Because you hear a whole different truth inside that courtroom.
That's real.
Yeah.
A whole CNN, TMZ, all of them going to tell you what they want you, Fox, what they want to hear. They never tell you they don't have time.
Correct.
Right.
So they're going to give you their slant. And
It's black, go negative.
Right. You know,
That's it.
And it's just, it was so deep. Not so deep. It was what it was. So I don't want to get into
Interesting.
Yeah, it was an education.
Did you learn anything? Was anything revealed that you didn't already know? Or
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
A lot. A lot. Like I said, when cross-examination is called cross-examination for a reason.
They go hard at you.
I mean, the prosecution, their witnesses know everything.
Right.
I mean, the thing that I noticed was they had this detective on stand, and when the prosecution was asking him questions, he didn't look at any notes. He had been briefed. He knew dates, times. He was adding his flavor to it.
Yeah.
Right.
He didn't flinch. He was just so matter of fact and to the point. And then when he got crossed, his favorite line was, "I don't recall."
Yeah, that's what happened.
And then the defense lawyer had to say, well, this is what you wrote, because he was the investigating officer.
Right.
And it was amazing how the defense lawyer was just breaking him down, saying, because the guy sat in the courtroom doing the other people testifying. Right. So he was even saying stuff that they said. And he said, the defense lawyer, well, that wasn't in your report, man. And he said, so you heard that here. Well, I don't recall if I heard it here. It was just yesterday. You can recall stuff from 12 years to the point. Cross the T and dot the I from 12 years ago. But you all of a sudden can't recall.
Yesterday.
Yeah. That was the greatest thing. And you know who invented that?
Who?
In the 80s. Oliver North. On that Iran thing.
Iran-Contra.
Yep, when he sat there. I don't remember.
And it was just amazing how you see, and the dude was turning red.
Oh, yeah.
And the prosecution was, because the dude, it was just really interesting. We'll get into it more, but it was just, man.
It shows you what money can do versus a public pretender. Well,
yeah. Oh, no, you got a public defender, you done.
Yeah.
Well,
you know.
yeah, let's cut this deal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, the prosecution has got, it was a sister who was speaking first, and she just had attitude. Mm-hmm. And you see why they got her.
Right.
And the jury was interesting. Half of them was damn near asleep. Half of them looked like they just want to get home and smoke one. They just look, or take their medicine.
Now, was it diversified? Was it young, old?
It had two blacks on the 12, and then they had two blacks alternate.
Right.
The alternates were in there too. But it was interesting reading them.
Was it young, old?
It was young, mix of young and old. Now, first thing that's deep is because you got some reserved seats. Mm-hmm. Then you got the public who can come in.
Correct.
Then you got the media.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so the judge is it. Judge is it. Judge is, you everything.
Right.
The black robe.
As soon as you walk in, everybody got to stand up.
Yeah.
So you just, I mean, you can't get any cockier than
It's power.
All right.
I mean, the power is just amazing.
yeah.
He had his beard looking like Judge Ito. And it was just you just feel the power.
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
Thank you. The power. Could you hand me that? The power. Yeah, you could just thank you.
It's 2 other people here too. No, I'm messing with you. I'm good.
I'm okay. I'm drinking my coochie tail.
Oh,
I can't even open it. But
damn.
You okay?
See that bone density? Or that bullshit you eat.
Bone density.
They can't even get a grip.
that's funny.
You
So
need to go check that out. Your next exam.
tap 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 tap
Ouch,
tap
ouch.
tap.
So how was the energy in there? Like, was it like
Was it like
fry this
negative,
nigger, or was it like we don't know?
Well,
what's
the
going
courtroom
on?
itself is so old. The town, because I'm from Philly, and Norristown, where it is known for KKK. And
Now, is it big?
no small courtroom,
Okay.
but you don't want to get pulled over in Norristown.
Right.
Okay.
Just bottom line.
Okay.
You don't want to get hemmed up there. And
Now the jurors, the females, young, old.
it was kind of like nondescript. It's kind of like, it wasn't like that sister that was on the OJ trial who was smoking and the little thin one. We didn't have any of her.
Is it just kind of fucked up with? Is it anyone that you would like want to put a Quaalude in drink
Okay.
that they look at? I mean,
That's just not funny.
And silence fell over the land.
I mean,
No, but it was-
that's just
No, he
that
always
was
saying it's in Clan Town, so you got to understand what.
I understand where the joke was trying to get to, but it didn't
okay.
land. It
It's all right,
crashed and burned. It didn't
all right,
land.
though.
Because you didn't trust it. You knew it wasn't going to be funny.
Nah.
You did. You'd been a comic long enough to know that
Nah.
that was the timing was off.
No.
So was it people from the actual town in the courtroom itself?
Yeah. It was. I mean, the press was when we first walked up. It was. I mean, heavy. I mean, I'm like, isn't Comey testifying today? Don't you have somewhere else to be? But these people are assigned to this.
Correct.
Right.
And it was just so we walked up and said our quick piece, and then they start trying to throw questions out, and then we bolted right away. And they throw out some mean stuff, and just stuff to try to get you to react.
So
And
did you find that he had more supporters than
He had a
not?
lot of people supporting on the walk up that were out there, and hey, we love you,
Did they keep them like across the street or behind them?
No, they were right up the,
Okay.
What is Mr. Cosby's overall feeling? Is he upbeat? Is he nervous?
Well, I'm sure you're nervous if you got a chance to go to jail at his age, but he's fairly confident in his lawyers. They have good days and bad days. Yesterday was a good day for the defense. The day before wasn't such a good day. But he's maintaining who he is. He's a little thinner. I mean, he's 80. But he's really honest about the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, he was he's not sugarcoating in any way to us. He just said, hey, man, I just want you all, no matter how things go, I want you to see it for yourself what they're trying to do.
Right.
And he said, whichever way it goes, I just want you to see and hear it for yourselves. And you're going to do it. And then in the break, he was like, you guys see what I'm talking about? We're like, yeah, you do. Inside, you see what's going on. You're like, wow, they going after him like that. Imagine, so, because it is a he said, she said.
Correct.
And that's the bottom line. And it's not, in that courtroom, it's no innocent before.
Correct.
It's not there. It's all about the judge, his rulings. You can see, what? Why he say that?
Right.
He's telling the defense, hey, move on. I've heard that already.
Right.
But the prosecution could say it over and over again.
Yeah,
and he doesn't say, hey, move on. I heard it.
Right.
I mean, his attitude is a reflect. The juror sees that. The judge is, leaning and
How he admonishes
and it's kind of like walking in, all the deputies and everybody are really cordial because it's a high-profile case.
Right.
And they, Doc is, cracking jokes and, and being personal to them. And they're, and they're respectful and, and everybody is, cordial and it's upbeat, so to speak. And his team around him is upbeat. He still holds court. He's still, he definitely wants to get back on the mic, but it was just, his thing was, you're going to hear the real thing. not what the media is trying to spin on you. And that was the I don't want to use the word beauty, but that was the best part about it.
Eye opening.
And how's Mrs. Cosby doing?
I mean, she's fine. She's fine. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, she's not there. She's not there." No, she's there. And spirit, she'll show up when it's her time to show up.
Right.
Is she on the witness list?
No.
I'm pretty sure this is just as difficult for her, and for her to have to sit up in a courtroom and hear that testimony, I'm sure is not easy for her.
Well, it's not easy for anyone who's on the defense. I mean, it's easy, and that's the one thing you realize. It's easy for everybody except the defendant.
Right.
In any case, it's like everybody's good to go because everybody knows no matter what happens, I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm walking out of here. Yeah. Right.
So it's really, people can have all these opinions and everything. Bottom line, like all the lawyers and everybody, the cops and
they on the clock.
Everybody's like, hey, I'm good. Even the people sitting in the gallery, whatever that's called.
Gallery.
I call it gallery.
Yeah.
They good to go because they not on trial. When it's you on trial, nobody can. That's you.
And everybody just staring at you.
Unless you got two other people that committed the crime with you. But basically, it's the defendant who's going through all these different emotions. Yeah. We're more or less creating our emotions. We're manufacturing our emotions.
Are they taping this?
No cameras inside.
Yeah, it's not televised.
No,
not televised, but.
No camera at all. I'm sure they record them. Yeah. Everything's being recorded in the court.
Well, someone, Aaron Gladman has made a new meme. Everybody hates dicks. Ever since you've been.
Wow.
Aaron Gladman.
Who's the girl in the back?
Somebody that hates dicks.
Aaron Gladman. Oh, that's the little girl from everybody
Everybody hates
that. No, that movie. Not Do the Right Thing. The other one, Crooklyn. That's the little girl from Crooklyn who took over for the mom.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like. That's what we're all manufacturing our emotions. We're saying this and saying that. I got this opinion.
If it was me,
I can't believe he went. But it's not you. It's not your friend.
Correct.
Basically, that's my friend of 28 plus years.
Yeah.
It was my choice to support. And people are like, well, how can you and all that? Well, the reason that I give is one, I love him and he's my dear friend. And I went there to bear witness and to learn what I did learn.
Correct.
Which was my truth and the truth that was going on in there, not what the media tries to tell me. So, and when you love someone and care about them, it's just like if it was my son, you, Jeff, I don't know about POTUS. She should be on her own. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I was just going to ask, would you go to court with me?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's your true friend, and that's what's missing now, is that ride or die friendship. Everyone rather jump off the bandwagon so their opinions can be highlighted.
That's real.
I mean, how far should you go for a friend, though?
How far you should go as far as your love takes you, as your because it doesn't. You're not going there to say innocent or guilty. You're not going there to declare that because that's not your response. That's not your job. You're not on a jury. You're just going there to witness like everyone else.
I would feel bad if I had to walk in court alone and nobody was there to support me.
Right, and it's like it's people who, Manson had people who were sitting, and it's like the different criminals who, and it's like everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Not for black.
And my thing is that
all these guys go to jail and these women write them letters and propose to them.
But for
they commit the worst crimes on the
planet.
And
they have their support. But for blacks, you're guilty until you're proven innocent.
Nobody ever questions when Europeans go support their family members.
Right.
They don't. You don't hear all that outrage from. How could you?
Because they still like. I know that what's her name, Nicki Minaj was catching a lot of flack because her brother is a
pedophile. Yeah.
And what could she do? That's her brother. I mean, as much as I love my brothers, I can't cut my love off for them, no matter what they do.
Yeah, I mean, you just listen. You're going to stand by what the jury's verdict, and even he understands that. Hey, it's going to go one way or the other. And he's the one that has to look in the mirror and decide and understand what happens.
Right.
He's got to be the one that when he hears guilty or innocent, he has to deal with that. Not anyone else.
Right.
Him and his family. If he comes home or he doesn't come home, that's 10 times more. We're all these people in social media and all that, they're going to have their opinions. And it's so funny how they're quick to have their opinions on everything else except their own lives.
Exactly. They'll judge you first.
Oh, yeah.
You won't have anything about what you're doing or your mama's doing or your daddy's doing, because that relieves you that pressure if you're sitting there 24/7 commenting on what's going on with Doc.
Right.
Or and not saying, well, even a lot of you who don't even know your daddy. Mm-hmm. Who don't even know your mama, or some things that you would not put out there first. So, it's to each his own. And you don't really know me in that respect. Because I read a lot of things, people like, oh, man, I can't believe he did it. And because the main joke was when they said stars are supporting it, and people were like, well, where are the stars?
That was funny.
And where they should have said friends came in to support him.
Right.
And you wouldn't heard people say, where are the friends?
But just like the media in the court, when you say star support, so you're not looking at them as friends. They're on a whole nother
where's his celebrity
playing field.
friends?
So it's not like about, these are the supporters of.
Right.
So it doesn't make him seem like he's still on that island. They want you on that island so they can just
there
rip
was
at
a
you.
major star that showed up. We haven't seen Fat Albert in years.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
everything.
cute.
Everything is, everything is. I look like a Secret Service.
Yeah.
You do, Lou. Why were you looking like that?
Right there?
At him, at Fat Albert. What did he do?
No, he was probably saying something, or I was looking at somebody was yelling something. And when you're walking through, everybody yell, because there's one picture with us laughing. Mm-hmm. And people was like, how could you laugh? And it was because we were talking about something that we all could share. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was funny. We know how serious it is.
Right.
But this was something that we were walking in. I think what happened was he tripped. And Doc said something about my man's shoes being cheap. He said,
somebody said he caught the Holy Ghost.
See,
the way he stepped back.
Everybody's trying to be. It's like nowadays, unfortunately, with so many comics, everybody wants to be funny, and everyone wants to run from. It's easier to be funny. You think you're funny.
Okay, here's my thing. Like from the car, when you guys get out the car to the walk into the courtroom. So once they see him and recognize him, was it overwhelmingly support, or you just hear a little good for you, or that type of conversation?
No, you might have heard one negative thing. It was basically a lot of brown people yelling out, "We love you, Bill," and can I get that signed autograph? And because this autograph gonna be worth more. And then you heard the press questions. Bill, how you feel? Where's Camille? Do you think how did things go yesterday?
Yeah.
And they try to get a soundbite. So then when we walked up to them, and we stop, and then Mr. Wyatt, the press guy, introduces me and Joe, and then they get to ask questions. Mm-hmm. So we stand there with Doc and this press guy and me and Joe, and then they're shooting out questions. Mm-hmm. Why are you here? And then Joe looked at me and said, "You go first."
Right.
So I was like, well, he's my friend. I love him. And
wait, first, before that, you go up there and you speak first. They ask you your name, and then you spell your whole name.
Yeah, you spell your whole name. They ask you your name. You spell your whole name. And,
legal document.
And I did say Junior, but that didn't get in there because I didn't want to.
Should have spelled it D-I-C-K.
That's D-I-X when anybody check it. So
did you hit him with that?
No, I was.
Oh, you soft.
No,
you soft.
A serious moment.
So
you're still a comic.
Yeah. So I
you didn't
said
trust
that.
yourself.
Then I said I'm here to hilarious.
You didn't trust yourself. Good point, Jazzy.
He didn't trust himself. He was soft though. He didn't know if it was gonna fly.
It wasn't my show.
Oh, okay.
You there? You there?
Yeah.
I'm in the building. So and then Joe answered this question. Then they shot some other ones, some serious ones, and then we got a snap. Snap is let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Now, did they brief you at the hotel or in the car?
No, the only thing we were told was
don't take a pill.
No. You know.
I'm glad you said it because if I had said it, it'd be like
timing is everything.
Timing. I mean, that was you had hiccups coming to yours. You was
No.
right there. I'm sure before the day's out, you'll get another one, and you'll
Another
hit
chance.
it. Yeah. It's just you just 0 for 1. You get 3 strikes
on this show.
The only thing we were told was, you're not here to proclaim his innocence or guilt.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's not what you.
We're not trying it in the streets.
Yeah, so they didn't tell you what to say. It's just like, you're not here to pursue. Just tell them your truth and why you're here.
Right.
But you're not here to proclaim, and that was true.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows. It's between him and her. You know. So listen, I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
323-293-3375 is the number. We're at Morris Media Live. What's the name of the show?
In a Man's World.
We're going to take a break so I can drink my water. Peace. Hey, wow. We're back. No 5, 4, 3, 2, nothing.
Terrible producer.
My God.
The worst.
I was so funny. I was just in the bathroom trying to pull the hair out of my nose, thinking about Rodney Perry. Wow. So I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
And the name of the show is
In a Man's World. Tighten up your belt.
In a Man's World. And that's the thing we have to realize. We were, if you're just joining
you
us.
tell the ladies to do the menu or nothing?
Yeah, you start off.
Well, because we had the pretzel, so they could go get the mustard.
I had a Philly pretzel that was kind
It
of.
was good. You tore it up.
It wasn't good because Jeff told me I shouldn't eat it because it got this in it, it got that in it. So
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers don't even read the ingredients.
It ain't no ingredients on this. It says eat it.
It says you're gonna get congested and die. Right,
and what's the people you saw? Say you're gonna die from something.
why die healthy? That's a waste.
So, hey, that's a good point.
That's a fucking waste.
So if you just joined us, we were talking about my trip to Philly and sitting in on the Cosby trial.
First class,
And,
all the way.
All the way.
And it was, saving up those mileage things. What POTUS?
Did Cosby buy your ticket?
No,
Sorry, that's a nigga question.
that's a what?
A nigga question. That nigga buy your first class ticket?
How much you get paid?
Okay, let me tell y'all about comedy. It wasn't first class. That just was for comedy. It was business.
Why ruin the joke?
No, I'm kidding. It could be anything. That's what I'm saying. People take everything. That
They're listening.
I've seen so many videos of young boys fighting. Oh man, I'm so tired of it.
Who's winning?
Huh?
Who's winning these fights? You seeing?
Oh, old men knocking these boys out.
Okay.
Oh, the one that was in New York when he strangled that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, on the subway?
Yeah.
OG.
He spit in his face. Yeah.
Then one kid in the church who was trying to fight the old man.
Yeah.
And some other dude just walked up and just knocked him out. And then I saw the one with the light-skinned dude. Dark-skinned dude with the wife beater on was talking trash. And my man calmly said, hey, man, I'm going to knock you out. No. And he pushed his boy out of the way and just dropped him.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where the kids punched the mentally ill
that's
guy?
my hometown, too.
They got arrested, though.
Good for them. And like people said, that's stuff that these young boys learn when they don't have a male around.
Right.
That's just something I'd say 99.9% those boys don't have a male figure in their life.
Now,
because that's something that you just
but
don't do.
Being a father, if your child done that,
then I wasn't a father.
Okay, but
then I wasn't then I dropped the ball somewhere. If I and
do you turn them in?
Yeah, what do you mean? Am I turning him in?
Saying, no.
He's got that. And that's so far out. If I see him hitting, I'm so disappointed and hurt that he has to understand. Because I know if he does that, he's going to end up dead.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If he does that,
right,
he's heading down the wrong path. I got to put. And then sometimes that's the ultimate tough love.
Yeah.
You got to remove him from the situation, or you take him and go put him on the farm somewhere. You send him away.
Yeah, but here's the thing to say to that is, like you say, you can still teach your son not to do that thing, but out of your presence, let me see what happened if I do it. Can I get away with it?
The peer pressure.
I didn't get away with it, so I messed up.
Right, but
pressure,
you would hope. Okay, I totally agree with you. But there's one of the ways you can kind of prevent that, and you can't totally prevent it,
right.
is to make sure the people that he's around the culture that you surround him in, and that you demand that he's around. I think that's important. It's just not a one ingredient. You have to put in different ingredients to raise a boy or a human being to do right. Meaning, like, first, what you put in him morally and what he sees you do. Because a lot of guys talk a moral game, but then what their actions don't show that.
Don't support that.
And then the kids see that. They see, okay, I hear what you're saying, but you do that, you steal.
No, but I hear what you're saying. You can raise your child morally and instill those values into them. But when you, like you say, when you're not around them, some of them just happen to be attracted to that negative because they see it and they're like, okay, well, he's cool. Look what he's doing. And, and I like that.
No, there's some who are attracted to that ignorance, and you're right. But it's little things that you can do, and it has to happen. I want to
be part of the cool population.
It has to happen before the age of 13, 14.
But let's just say this for the sake of saying that ignorance is not a sweater you put on. It's an element.
Right.
So it's like, am I going to be the leader of this crew, or am I going to, somebody's trying to prove something, especially if it's a girl around and it's a rap.
Right.
So it's that, okay, you throw that at the bus or whatever. If it's, I mean, I ain't gonna do that. But if girls around.
Yeah, but if you see, because we all have done that. I've hung around Fat Paul, Peanut, and Boogie and all them, and you have to make choices along those ways.
Right.
Am I going to throw that rock? Am I going to steal that newspaper? Am I going to be a part of that?
Right.
It's about, it goes back to, like, parents now, they say, are helicopter parents. I think they're helicopter parents in the wrong way now.
Right.
Because it's like they're being helicopter parents and praising them. Where our parents were helicopter saying, no, we eliminated poison. Right. It's like if you see your son, because normally it's something that grows. So if you in grade school.
I'm gonna say this to that point where you just made. The helicopter parent is great. Like you say, when we were doing it, helicopter parents had the light on us. These helicopter parents are throwing flowers out there.
Right.
So you're not getting that, like, shit, they own me. I can't do that. I can't even let that creep into my mind. But if I'm getting praise and I'm just going to do it off the fucked up shit, I'm going to do it.
Right, and they forever not getting checked right now. We had so many checkpoints. I've said this over and over again, where if there was a kid in that group that was negative, it was highlighted that he was negative.
Right.
That this John Boy steals.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, he don't. Yes, he does. Now, whenever we see John Boy, we're going to make sure we have our wallets. And all the other 4 kids that were hanging out with him knew John Boy stole.
Right, but you the parent. I'm hanging out with John Boy, but John Boy steal the bikes we like.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
How do I stop?
How do I stop my son from hanging out with John Boy? Because John Boy is cool.
You let them know every time we saw a John Boy that was hanging out with him, he was highlighted as, if he had a bike, we know that's not your bike. You probably stole it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all. John Boy got the nicest bike, but he stole his. Yours, I went and paid for.
Right.
You shoveled snow to get your bike.
Right.
So we gave him reasons to say, all right, I'm different from John Boy. Yeah, my bike is not as good as John Boy, but I don't want everybody saying I stole mine.
But I'm just riding with John Boy. We just riding. Yeah. Why is that bad?
But eventually,
for me?
No, you could ride. We all rode with a John Boy, but what happened? We rode with a John Boy, but when something was going down with John Boy, we know what he's about to do.
Okay. It doesn't stop with the bike, because if you steal that bike, then you go to the store and steal
But it goes back to, like you saying, okay, you bought and paid for his bike.
Right.
But his bike is not as good as the bike that John Boy stole.
Right.
So now when I'm riding with John Boy and I see a bike better than the one that you bought and paid for, and John Boy said, man, take it. Ain't nobody looking. Take it.
Right, but
yourself.
You know, coming back home, you better have that same bike. And if you come back with another bike, this goes back from shining the light and throwing flowers on it.
Right.
If you come on with another bike, I'm going to tell you, where'd you get that bike? Take the bike back, get you in trouble, where now the parents be like, okay, you can keep the bike.
But you sleep. I'm going to hide the bike on the side of the house.
That ain't, but see, that's what I'm saying.
Helicopter parent.
Yeah, somebody else is seeing you hide the bike.
No,
somebody else is telling you, I saw your son with a bike that I know wasn't his bike.
Okay.
No, I feel you on that.
And I saw your son hanging out with John Boy. That's what I'm saying about checkpoints.
Right, I feel you when you said it's like, where's your bike at?
Right.
Okay, who got your bike?
Right.
Or I left it. Okay, you take this bike back
right
and
now.
Get your bike.
No, we're going to go get your bike now.
And where did you get this bike from?
Right. And then we said, hey, man, and we would tell John Boy, hey, listen, I know you a thief. You might be good at it. You probably going to do well.
I just got caught, so.
But you're not going to bring that element in my house.
Right.
John Boy couldn't even come over. John Boy ain't coming over. He got to stay outside.
Yeah.
I don't want him coming in.
But then John Boy can't respect that. Like the pops came and said, I can't,
Right, and that made you, it made you aware of the elements that John Boy was bringing towards you. And then you had to make a conscious choice. Being the good kid you are, I don't want to be labeled that way. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be liked.
Right.
So if you know I'm not going to be liked, my grandmother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my brother, everybody has disdain for John Boy.
Right.
I don't want to have that disdain by these 5 people. Right. Now these 5 people in today's world doesn't have disdain for John Boy.
John Boy.
They all John Boy. They like, hey man, John Boy, keep doing what you do. John Boy, that's my kind of. I like John Boy.
It's a badge of honor to get caught.
And now you thinking, because even now it's a badge of honor to go to jail.
Right.
John Boy. So where before it was frowned upon.
Yeah.
But now we sit around and trade war stories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How John Boy doing?
He did.
Back in the day, you couldn't even say his name. I don't want to hear that boy's name. Yeah. That boy got you in trouble.
And here's the thing to that, it's like, hey, where y'all little homie at there? Oh yeah, he doing a little time right now. We can go up there and see him win.
Right.
You always say what you gonna do, and you ain't never went to go see the dude.
Right. And
or the other one is like, where John Boy? Y'all ain't here? Well, that nigga got shot. He dead.
Right.
He got caught stealing.
Then when he get out, oh, we were just coming to see you.
Right.
I just did 7 years. What you mean you just coming to see me?
And then John Boy's trying to get y'all caught up back in that old stupid world, but now you've moved on. You actually start passing.
The world has moved on.
Right.
So, it's just that you have to, and then when you know a kid has a possibility of going left, you have to stay up on him more. You have to shut him down. You have to really.
How do you do that though? How?
If you're able to, and here's when you have to.
When the phone is king, how do I?
Well, that's the first thing. You got to take the phone. See, the phone, the phone now is what used to be our outside. Yeah. See, remember when the phone now used to be our outside. Right. If you wanted to stop a kid from acting up, he was put on punishment and had to stay in the porch or stay in the house.
Stay in his room. Yep.
Right. Now, and he couldn't even think about getting on the phone. Remember when you were on punishment? Every time the phone rang, you would answer it just so you could answer the phone. I was just answering it.
Yeah, I was just answering.
No, it's such and such, and you just
don't watch the TV. I was just cutting it on for you.
Right.
Yeah, that type of shit.
You sit on the steps and listen to it.
Yeah.
So you got to, first thing is snatch their connection.
And that's this.
Isolate them. You have to put them in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
You have to.
Now, what's the bad kid name again? We were saying
John Boy.
John Boy. Now I got to hook up with John Boy so we can go steal us a phone.
Right.
So I can hide it from y'all because y'all do it too. But
that's the thing we have to realize. We know how stupid kids are. They're not as slick as adults. Right. If you got a kid that's able to hide something from you, you smoking or drinking. You're not fully there.
You're not aware. Your helicopter has no gas.
Right. And that's what made me, in my son's mom, in her eyes, a bad dad. Mm-hmm. Because I took this. I had no problem with taking this. Right. I smashed it. You don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Right, and you're right, because the parents, even if they're not together, have to be on the same page to save the kid's life. And in a lot of instances, it's tough on the man because the woman.
Do you really have to be on the same page?
Yeah, you have to be on at least in the same book.
But if one parent can't see what you see and they blinded by whatever.
That's what I'm saying. At least have the same book, the book of survival.
Okay. But it's the rationale, the way the world is today. He need a phone. No, he don't.
No, that's just the lazy part. That's not rationale. Yeah. That's the lazy part of saying that I don't feel like dealing with it. Right. That's why it's all right. We have a caller.
Yo, what's going on? This Jeremy from the DMV.
What's up, Jeremy from the DMV?
What's up,
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. First, let me say good afternoon to poetess. I answered the phone without saying hello.
Oh.
Hello.
I think that's always.
Did y'all sleep together last night?
Oh, good for you, man. That's nice.
But you know what's funny? I got a homeboy named John Boy.
Oh, hilarious.
and what's funny is John Boy's father is a preacher. And ever since we grew up in high school, John Boy was the dope boy. Sold drugs, did all that kind of stuff.
Preacher's kid.
And I mean, all throughout my life, everybody referred to John Boy as the example of what you don't need to be doing. Because he was in and out of jail, drug charges, DUI charges, back to drug charges. I mean, all throughout my college. But you really need a strong man, and you like to kind of keep you on the straight and narrow.
Now, where's John Boy? Where's John Boy at now?
He's still back home working at his dad's body shop.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what he been. Yeah, his dad. Yeah, Dad got a church and a body shop.
All in one.
I'm going to heal you and knock this dent out.
And what's so funny is John Boy used to he'd come to work at 12 o'clock, show up when he wants to, leave early,
Wow.
So, it's kind of funny when you watch that as you grow up, guys who grow up like that and see where they end up versus, the path that you grew up in and where you end up in life.
Right.
And, I mean, the parent can only do so much, and a lot of it really rests on the young man. John Boy, he just didn't never want to get right. He just continued to like doing what he was doing.
Now, G, who was there for you when you were coming up? Who was there for you?
My dad, my grandfather. Those were the two main influences in my life because a lot of my free time was spent cutting grass, building houses. Because my grandfather laid brick. He was a brick mason.
Okay.
So a lot of my free time was doing carpenter work, doing brick mason work, cutting yards because I had to cut our yard, my granddaddy yard, my grandmama yard, because they both lived in the same city with us. So my dad and my grandfather were major influences in me growing up.
Staying busy.
That's how you got to do it, yeah.
Staying, and what's funny is I've learned to build a great work ethic at a very young age. I think a lot of our young men are missing that nowadays. Like I said, summertime and breaks, I'm working.
Right.
Now,
And I got paid.
Do you have kids?
So, no, I don't have any kids, but I do want some, though.
Okay.
What kind you want?
But I do got a niece and nephew, so I'm very kind of active in their life since their father is a holiday dad.
Hey, how's your girl?
She doing good, man. We just got back from Cuba, actually. So if anybody want to go to Cuba,
that's a spot.
Go to Cuba, man.
Did you have
Cuba
a good time?
was amazing. Yeah, we had a great time, man.
What was one of the things, or a couple of things that you noticed about the men there that might have been different or consistent with what we do here?
Were they cute?
No,
hysterical.
I thought that's what you were asking.
Are they hot?
Nah. I mean, I see a lot of men that get up and go to work, every day, working class men, they get up and go to work every day. I mean, early in the morning, they out, either driving taxis or they doing some kind of carpenter work and doing some kind of, trade labor. So that's kind of what I really saw.
My question to you is, because it was always Cuba was the bad place. You never go. So getting off the plane and actually touching the ground and seeing the outside, how was the energy? How was that for you?
Man, it's so welcoming, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you go places and you actually learn the culture there. Because we did an Airbnb and the guy's son gave us a tour and kind of a history lesson of real Cuba. And I mean, it's just so welcoming. I mean, the people welcome you. They speak. They're nice. They're cordial. I didn't get any kind of ill will feelings or kind of crazy looks. And they have a huge Afro-Cuban population down there, so a lot of us could really pass for Cubans if we went down there. Actually,
did you smoke a Cuban cigar?
Yeah, I brought some back. Actually, did a tour at a tobacco farm.
Okay.
Which is about 2 hours outside of Havana, and that was very interesting to see how they a lot of agriculture is still big there, but it's not. So,
what was one of the most surprising things that you found out down there?
How much our hip hop and black culture influences their music. I heard a lot of Cuban rappers, and a lot of them sound like American rappers, but they just speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So a lot of their music and beats sounds a lot like a lot of our southern hip hop artists. And with the limited internet, so they're still up on stuff. So that was kind of surprising. Outside of that, just how they just seem at peace down there. They could give two F's about the United States coming into Cuba now, because to me it doesn't look like life is going to change. Everyday life in Cuba hasn't really changed because Americans are not coming. I mean, of course, tourism has picked up, but it's not going to be some drastic.
One last question. We got to ask you about the food. What did you like down there? What was some of the staples there something that you picked up that you liked?
Man, I love the earthiness of the fruit, man. It tastes like the earth. I mean, it's amazing how you eat fruit here, and then you go to the Caribbean, eat the fruit, and it tastes so drastically different and fresh.
It's more natural.
It's way more natural. They're getting it right out of out of somebody's yard or somebody's farm. So that, in and of itself, was my biggest take on a lot of the food there, is how fresh it tastes.
Yeah.
Well, that was cool, man. Hey, man, I appreciate the call, and thanks for listening, and good luck to you and your girl. You guys working on a date?
I don't know yet, man. We got to talk about that.
Oh, come on.
I'll take that honest answer, man.
I'm as long as we in a healthy relationship, we looking at it down the road, but it's no rush.
Be real. You met a Cuban girl down there, didn't you?
Bro, the Cuban women.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
There you go. That's where pushback on that date now.
Hey, much respect, man. Stay safe.
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Peace.
G out the DMV.
Nice brother. Smart. Mm-hmm.
He said something interesting about parenting. At what age? What specific age do you actually stop parenting?
You never stop parenting.
Never stop that. Yeah.
Never. And you never stop producing.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the desert to the sea and all of Southern California and its surrounding parts. Health and headlines.
Breaking news. Cut in right away. It's breaking news.
With your anchor, John Lemon.
Now, yesterday was the much anticipated day of the ex-former FBI Director James Comey testifying.
Do tell.
Ex-former or just former?
Well, ex-former.
That guy is 6'8".
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's why somebody said he could play for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
But he refused to play with
shooter.
But you know what? He refused to. Obama invited him to play basketball with them.
They refused?
Yeah. He said that would look inappropriate, him playing with basketball with Obama.
Okay.
Yeah, so he invited him a couple of times to come play with him. So he's like, nah, I had to decline on that one.
Oh, they the power forward.
Well, he can play now.
But I mean, it was an interesting 3 hours testimony yesterday.
Now I heard he sent out a 7-page
the day before.
So everybody can read and be
the outline of what he was going to say and all of that. Mm-hmm. So, and I mean, he just came out the gate, just called Trump a liar.
Out the gate?
You just a liar, and he's like, for him to say things about himself and then the FBI and all of that, he had to just come back and respond to that. He's like, what the president said, that the FBI is in disarray. There's not happiness. There's not. He said it could be nothing more. Mm-hmm. It's a place that people want to go to work at every day. They enjoy going to work.
And the rest of black people.
Yeah. So, and I mean, and then the lies that Trump said. He said he had to write down when he left. The dinner. Because he felt right off the bat it was inappropriate when he had got the call. Because he said he was having a dinner date with his wife that night. And he had to call and break that. And he said, well, I have to have dinner with the president. And then when he met with them, he asked the Attorney General, Jared Kushner, and Reince Priebus to leave the room.
Okay.
So he said, I need to talk to him in private. And that's like uncommon.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a major faux pas.
Yeah. So, I mean, you really, the right spins it their way, the left spins it their way. I mean, if you look at it, it was like Trump, then everybody was waiting for Trump to tweet all day during it yesterday. Mm-hmm. He didn't tweet until this morning.
Okay.
And then he came back and said, totally vindicated, come to prove you, wow, Comey is the leaker. Because James Comey had called his friend who's a reporter, told his friend, pass this content of information to a reporter and put this out there. Mm-hmm. That, that I did take notes of our meeting. And then when Trump tweeted, he better hope that there is no tapes of our conversation.
Now, do you think there's video or?
They say in the Oval Office, there is a tape recording device. Whether it was on or not.
I mean, if you're the FBI, I mean, that's your get down. So would you have your own staff? You know what I mean? If you got the van outside, that whole, you got
they said
unlimited resources.
Yeah, they said, but there is a taping device that's in the Oval Office.
Okay.
And the question is not, was it actually on or off? Did Trump cut it off I'm glad this news boring you.
No, man.
But it's not. But
I'm
I'm
on East Coast time. I'm sorry.
no. But
it is boring me. But no.
But
wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
But it was if he had cut it off when he asked everybody else to leave. That's the thing.
Okay.
You know, did he cut it off when he asked everybody to leave?
You think he even know where the button is?
He might, yeah. I mean, he's, you know, and the thing about it is that, you know, this motherfucker wants loyalty. You know, he wants everybody to be loyal to him.
Yeah, he said that from day one.
Yeah, but he shows no loyalty because he gets off, you know, firing you. And he has no problem with throwing you under the bus.
Yeah.
You know, and if you look at his reaction from his tweets and everything, it's all about him. Mm-hmm. You know, the narcissism is there. It's like
the who?
The narcissism is always there. It's like always there, like me first.
I'm not familiar with that word you just used.
Narcissism.
Oh, them.
You know, but it's always about me first. You know, I'm vindicated. Mm-hmm. Everybody else around me, you know, you on your own.
So that's probably why his wife don't like him.
Who knows?
It's all about him.
Yeah.
Next.
Really, Lewis?
I'm just kidding.
That's all I watched yesterday was just
Well, we
that.
had a clip. Well, where was this clip from Kamala?
That was the day before with Kamala Harris.
Who?
Kamala Harris. What the fuck, man?
Hey, man,
Damn, what you drinking?
Are you having a stroke?
Oh, wow.
Wow. Damn. Kamala Harris.
Damn.
Kamala
Harris. Kamala Harris. She got one of them names. Shit, I don't know. Shit.
I met her, so I
Just say Mrs. Harris, Attorney General.
Say that.
Senator
Well,
Harris.
here's a
She's
clip
a senator
from that.
from the day before.
You would put in writing an indication based on your authority to have
The senator will
ability to
suspend.
filibuster.
Mr. Rosenstein, would you like to thoroughly answer
Thank
the
you, Mr.
question?
Chairman. Senator, I'm not joking.
Now, the setup to that was all the other senators, they went hard on the four gentlemen that were sitting there. They all went hard on her.
Right.
And then when Miss Harris, like when she came and she attacked them,
The darky.
yeah, it was that chauvinistic, like that good old boy shit. Like you don't have that right to come at him like that. Mm-hmm. You know, and even Senator
You're still
Burr,
a broad.
yeah, something like that. And told her to pipe down.
That's how they
know?
think.
Yeah, it's like, yo, pipe down, you know. And so that's what that was about.
Did he actually tell her to pipe
Trying to
down?
put the
Yeah.
angry black woman label
Yeah.
on her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he told her she needs to pipe
Bullshit.
down. Yeah.
Are you
So-
upset, Poetess?
Are you angry? You just show right there.
Y'all got to learn to be on top.
Oh, really? That's
help y'all.
That's a real chauvinist answer
right.
there.
Yep.
Well, how did you tell me a while ago that didn't go nowhere? Is the setup you didn't trust yourself?
I said it.
Okay.
I didn't. I mean, you hopeful in yours.
No.
I shoot mine because I don't care if it go up or down. I'm just shooting it. But no. What are we, Shaq and Barkley?
You gotta have beef to make the shit go.
No.
Sometimes you need chicken.
There you go.
Hilarious, Mr. And that's it on your news?
Yes.
Thank
That's all I
God.
watched.
Wow, really?
Wow. I'm waiting for you to come
I
with
just
your
good feeling.
like like messing with Jeff.
That's a
Wow.
good feeling, yeah.
He's so sensitive.
No, I'm not. It's just like I'm.
He said no, not say Senator Harris' name again.
I think the narcissistics
No,
is really throwing them off.
What album did they put out?
I didn't get that one. Is that a Christmas album?
Sorry. I know I'm still not the dumbest motherfucker in the room, though, but I'm good, though.
You
Well,
working your way up.
No.
Working your way up.
No.
You're working your way up.
No.
You can already do a sweep.
No.
You're doing sweet.
Speaking of sweeps.
Ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears.
Nah.
You just gonna fuck up all them words like that?
In one sentence.
There's an earthquake in his mouth. Tina Sports Ticker right here on In a Man's World. Tighten up your words. Hey, it's going down. Game 4. Cleveland, the land, as they say, Golden State Warriors. My goodness, that as they say, juggernaut of a team.
Man, that was a tough loss.
That was a tough loss.
Too much firepower.
To Game 3 was a lot of firepower in that game. Cleveland was right there, but
Kyle Korver got to hit that. He got to hit that.
You got to hit it.
You got to hit that shot.
You got it. That's what you're there for.
And J.R. Smith too. You got to hit shots. Man.
Everybody play big. I've never really liked Kevin Love. I mean, to me he's an undersized power forward, and he had 6 steals and all that. You got to hit some threes too, man.
You got to.
You got to go out there and stick Durant too. You got to step up. This dude is 7 feet. He give it to everybody. LeBron had a triple-double. I mean, what else you want from this dude?
Yeah, it's sad. They just too old and too slow, and they're benched. They have no bench, man. They have no bench.
They do have a bench, but like you say, Kyle Korver has to hit that.
But he's a streak shooter though.
But the streak is now.
When he's hot,
that streak was
on.
4 years ago.
Yeah, when he's hot, he's on. When he's cold, you can't depend on him.
But see, that's the thing.
In the finals, you can't come in.
That's the thing is when you're the man, when you're the man on the team, when there's nobody else around, you just get to let it fly and all that. The same thing when Kevin Love was in Minnesota, you get to get all the rebounds and do all that. You still have to maximize your game inside of all the. That game last night was like a park game. Going back and forth.
It was ball.
But
Kyrie finally stepped up.
I mean, he's always stepped up. He gets to the hole like no other. But the thing is, mathematically, you're trading 2s for 3s. You're trading 2s for 3s.
But you got deadly weapons.
I mean, and let's call it what it is, man. Adding Kevin Durant, this is a different series if they don't add Kevin Durant.
That was like having a Ferrari and add another turbo on the situation.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, come on, man. I don't even see how he can be pumping his chest and acting like he all that when you surrounded by, I mean, come on, man.
But
Kevin Durant?
Yeah. I mean, you surround yourself with.
But when you make a shot like that, you got it.
No, I understand that, but
it's on the biggest stage.
I mean, but it's not like you.
So do you think he should have stayed? Okay.
No, I mean, I tell him where he should have stayed, but I'm just saying you joined All Stars.
Yeah.
I mean, you did.
But those All Stars didn't win last season,
and I'm sure he will not say that on his ring. He'll just say championship. It won't say underneath it that you jumped on the bandwagon.
But tonight is Game 4 in Cleveland. What adjustments do you make when you play the awesome game?
It does at this
3.
point. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
At this point, somebody got to get hurt for the Golden State.
Yes.
And I don't understand why nobody's put a hard foul on Steph or Kevin. I mean, I don't understand how Steph Curry has 29 rebounds. I mean, come on, man. Somebody not boxing him out.
But you know why? That just shows it's a lot of money that these players make. That it's like, you got a few mil, I got a few mil, and then we good. If my, bonus really depends on this and I'm up for my contract, I gotta take you out. I gotta show my city that I want to win.
Right. And I wish they would win 4 straight or at least take it to win 3 straight. And go
I don't want to break my Lakers record.
That's not going to happen.
It's over tonight.
I think hey man, it would be.
They were right there.
It'd be great.
That was a great game.
That was the dagger right there.
That was a great game.
That was the dagger right there.
Just one.
Think they took their heart right there.
Yeah, they broke their spirit right there.
I won't say they took their heart, but it was like, okay, we were right there and we got another shot at it.
Oh, they open up the chest now. The heart's beating right there.
Oh yeah, it's
they
right
on the operating table.
Yeah.
And in order for them to have breathing room and all that, they got to come out the gate tonight. They can't fall behind.
But is there a safe
tonight.
lead for them? Because when I was watching them, I'm like, all right, 7 points, not enough. They needed to have at least 15 points up.
The first 2 games.
That's why I said they got to come out the gate tonight, left. And they got a ball for 48 minutes tonight.
Well, the first 2 games, Golden State with a combined total of over 40 points that they beat them. So Cleveland, just to get their confidence back, has to blow them out.
And also going for Golden State, because Clay was asleep. He wasn't even.
He played good defense. Played good defense.
Offensive wise, though,
he played good. You got 4 other shooters on the team.
Yeah, but I'm saying he woke up Game 3. He dropped 30. KD,
dropped 30.
Yeah. So I mean, when you have that type of firepower, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you got Draymond Green in foul trouble, and you still can't. I mean, it was LeBron goes out for 2 minutes, 1 minute and 20.
And that's tough when you already been playing over 45 minutes a game. They was out there windy. You seeing gassing. They gassing.
He has no help, man.
He has help.
Kyrie.
He has help, but Kyle Korver got to make that shot. So
and that's what he
helped
was
in that regard.
And that's what he was complaining about before the All-Star break, before the dead trade line. He was like, "I need help.
Yeah,
I need help." And they were like, "Well, who you trying to get here? This is what you wanted." So,
Darren Williams is. Come on, man.
he's so lackluster right now.
Man, he's so. His beard looks old.
That's the thing too. It's like, do those players really get on the team to not win? You know what I mean? It's like, is it really fair? Like if Kyle Korver, that's your shot, like really uncontested. Did you miss that on purpose, or
I don't
you
know.
gotta think about that too.
Shot. It was an ugly shot.
So who do you add for Cleveland? Because you got to dismantle it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's not working.
You don't have to. They just need another shooter. You can get Carmelo, because Carmelo's 6'8", 6'9". That's another big body over there.
Okay, but that's a scorer. You don't have no defense.
And then I got to say to this point, Tristan Thomas. I mean,
I think you got to get a Paul George. If I was going to have a choice between Paul George and Carmelo, take Paul George.
No, see, I wouldn't.
Why not?
I would go with what you call. I would go with Joakim Noah. That's who you have.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
For what?
To bring him in for Tristan Thompson. He can score for you when you need him to score.
Joakim Noah?
Yes. He's a hell of a defensive play. He can rebound. He's that threat in the middle where he's not going to let Steph.
But you already got Tristan
He could be
Thomas
their Draymond
down there.
Green.
You already got Kevin
Yes.
Love down there. Like I said, you're exchanging threes for twos. You need somebody who's going to be able to hit that 18-foot mid-range. You're going to need somebody who can be able to step out and hit that three. And you need somebody with a longer body.
Now, I'll go back with you. Okay, so now that's the trade you can do with New York. You can get rid of Kevin Love, bring in Carmelo, because he's a better three-point shooter.
He's a better player.
Yeah, so you can bring him in. Then get rid of Tristan Thompson, bring in Joakim. You can bring him in. You got to have somebody to bang. You got to have that intimidation factor.
Tristan Thompson is that factor. It's like you got Shannon Fry. You got Shannon Fry who can shoot threes, but once you get out there, Kevin Durant goes around these dudes. You got to understand the makeup of the game. You saw when he took the other boy down to the baseline and just shot over him.
But he's a different.
That's 7 feet, man.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant is he's a different player than these cats. That's like a
But you
gazelle.
still need that other
I don't
element.
see anybody putting bodies on anybody in
That is correct.
Warriors. I don't see nobody hitting them. They just going.
And that was Teeter Sports Ticker.
That was.
I don't want to mess up no words.
That was funny. That was you did it quick. Huh?
Yeah.
You just stayed with the Warriors and Cavs.
That's it.
Any outside words? Hey, I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
I'm Jeff Arnold.
The name of the show is
In a Man's World. Tighten up your belts.
Listen, we have about 20 minutes left
For what?
to do this show.
I'm going to take a break.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Wait a minute. Let me pull up a song.
And that's so funny. She said it like girls say in the bedroom. Wait a minute. Let me pull up a song. Wait a minute. Women are so interesting the way they are.
Why when you kiss it, they always got to go to the bathroom? What is that about?
You gotta go. I almost said something.
What were you going to say? And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Go for it. You get the answer right
You gotta
now.
go clean something
Trust
up.
yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
They gotta go clean
We got to
something
make
up.
sure we fresh.
You got to go prepare the hole.
We'll be right back.
Why you always on your phone? It annoys me.
Hilarious. Yeah, somebody said that. I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
Irks me. Jeff Arnold.
Yeah, somebody says, LD on his phone, it irks me. I'm like, man, how you going to get that sensitive? You watching a show called In a Man's World and you getting irked. You just kill yourself. Slap yourself. It's just ridiculous.
Lewis.
We just so, it's so, like,
This is where we at now.
We understand women are emotional and all that, and they, go through different things that they go through.
Being very
But men
general.
yes, I am.
I
But
apologize.
men are just becoming so soft and emotional and just
Bitch-like.
Yeah. It's like,
Are they in
come
touch
on.
with their feelings?
Too much, man. I think you should be allowed to do that on Sundays. But the Monday through Saturday, come on, do what you got to do.
Okay, let's say what would be a good Sunday. You get up and have breakfast, and then you just you go through the emotions of the week, or you go through the emotions of your life? Or how do you?
Well, yeah.
How do you break that down?
You decompress. Everything that you've been through. You pray. You go to church.
Mm-hmm. What if that's not your thing?
Yeah.
Well, during football season, you watch football. I mean, that's what I do.
Okay.
You watch football, or if you single, then you got a piece come over. You have a piece come over Saturday night. Take that out. Mm-hmm. Then she up cooking Sunday and pretending like she lived there. Pretending. That's always beautiful when a girl come over Saturday and
she brings her own seasoning.
Yeah, you hit it, and then she pretend like y'all together on Sunday. You allow her to hang out all Sunday and cook, and then have dinner and all that, and you don't answer your phone, and you in there watching sports, and
that's a good topic right there. So in those situations, like you say, it'll start on a Friday, then Saturday, then that Sunday. So how do you not lose that feeling of her not leaving or him not leaving?
No, she doesn't come over Friday. Friday, you chill.
No, I'm just saying if it's a situation like, well, I ain't doing nothing Friday, and it might just go on through the weekend. How do you keep that flavor to one of, like my man say, he putting off the date of getting married or whatever? Mm-hmm. How do you keep that flavor going to sustain for over years?
Well, you got to realize.
She come over every weekend.
Well, no. First thing you got to realize that you're gonna have hiccups. You're gonna have hiccups because women are just prone to just get in their feelings and just go left.
Okay.
Say things that you like to be up. They got to have something to be. Everything can't. I think it's always been there, but it's like the modern day woman. She has to totally express it. Where our mothers and grandmothers just dealt with it. Mm-hmm. They, went
held it inside.
Yeah, and dealt with their girlfriends and talked about it, and they channeled it another way.
Okay.
And didn't really expose it to the man, so he'd have to deal with it. Now it's important for the women to
get it out,
their frustration, and let you know. Even if you'll have a woman say something, because you always can find the glitch. You feel the glitch. If you've been with someone long enough, you feel there's a glitch
in the matrix.
Okay, something just happened. Mm-hmm. All right, somebody's upset at something. You just know it. All right. Mm-hmm. Now you can decide then.
So do you go to your separate rooms then?
No. Well, first thing you decide quickly is if I'm going to deal with it.
Okay.
If I'm going,
am I going to ask what's wrong?
Yeah. Am I going to deal with it? Am I going to dive into it and bring the emotions out and go where I know this usually is going to go.
Mm-hmm. Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know where it's going to go. Or you say, I'm going to mention it, and then, because they always say, don't worry about it, never mind, forget it. Now, that's when you got to decide, cool, and just move on. Now, eventually they're going to bring it back up. They're going, and guys do this too. Mm-hmm. Well, all right, what I really meant was, they get in their feelings. So that it's boiling. As you're just laying there watching TV and acting like it's coming.
Right.
You didn't say, all right, I'm good. I'm going to just watch this. I'm chill. Now, they laying there and their foot is wiggling.
The glitch.
Yeah, the foot is wiggling or the arm shaking. And then they'll pop up and go do something like
stupid.
Yeah, just like go shower or go start cleaning and all that. And eventually it's coming back in the room.
Right.
And you're just prepared for it. You're like, all right, it's depending on the confidence you have. If you're totally dependent on them, then you have to deal with it and let it happen. You can't. If you're your own man, no problem.
Okay.
You just, hey man, I'm going to just chill. I ain't going to react. I'm good. But if you're worried about her saying, get the hell out, or give me that back.
But you know what? It's like those soap opera moments. Like you say, you're in the bed chilling, that leg is shaking, and she just gets up and go in the bathroom, and she's just in there staring in the mirror.
Right.
So, at what point do you walk in behind her and go, "What's wrong?"
Right. Like
and she go, "Oh, he cares," because she's looking at you in the mirror.
Right.
Like, how do you
could do that. Go in there and hug her and kiss her and say you're sorry for something you don't even know what you're sorry for.
Right.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, listen, you kind of know what you did. Listen, I know, this is what, Now, if you pretend like you know what it is and what's wrong with her, depending on what kind of woman she is, she'll accept it and say, hey, let's move forward. I love you. He just apologized.
But to that point, that moment is really not for you guys. It's for her to tell her friends. Then what he do, girl? He just laid in the bed and didn't do nothing.
Right.
And what did he do? He came in the mirror and he came in the bathroom. Oh, he's so sweet. How do you...
Right. They're going over those scenarios in their own mind. They're doing that as you sit there. We have a phone call. Okay. Who's interrupting us while we're having this conversation? Who is this?
Chris from Connecticut.
Oh,
See?
what's up, Chris? He understands.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying the show.
But first, I wanted to say something to John Lemon.
That's last.
I wasn't going to say nothing, but since when Sid, I think you need a hooked on phonics.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Jumper cables even.
That 40 ounces of motherfucker, huh?
I hear you got your little girl with you today.
Yeah, I do. Gosh, we just went for a walk. It's like 90 degrees today.
Wow.
A popsicle. Yeah, but it's hanging out. It's just and listening to the show while I'm walking with her. So
Nice.
you guys are incorporated in my life while I try to be a father.
Well, that's good. That's hilarious. That's funny.
So is it a sugar-free popsicle?
It actually was. It was the one with the little Batman one with the bubblegum eyes. I was kind of jealous, but it's cool.
Jealous? Wow.
Is that popsicle okay, John Lemon?
It's sugar-free.
Yeah.
Sugar.
You approve.
So how's your week been, man?
It's been great. It's just I think I'm starting to go through my first quarter life crisis because I'm trying to figure out. I feel like it's much more I could be doing as opposed to what I was already doing. I feel like I'm settling at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Menopause hit you already?
John Lemon from downtown. But
Now, we were talking about the situation. Now, is it a bad time when you've been in the bed with your girl and she got up and went to the bathroom and just stared in the mirror? Did you go in or you just laid in the bed? What move did you make?
staring in the most times, like I don't live that kind of life. It's if we laying in the bed, it's usually afterwards when something happens, and she's usually asleep. If you doing something with your woman and she get up and walk in the bathroom, I mean, that means you didn't do a good enough job. And chances are she probably because the thing with women, what I've learned is that women don't talk to you verbally. Like you could like feel their energy. So if she's just gazing and staring out into spaces, and you ask her what's wrong and she say nothing, it's actually something that's wrong with her, but she's not going to tell you. Women don't know how to me, they don't know how to speak verbally. It's more, you can feel when something's wrong. It's up to you to figure it out.
And then sometimes they got to process it.
That too.
They got to process it because, that's cool with, they in the bathroom, they processing. But normally, throughout the day, it's realistically, it's silent. Because nobody wants to say nothing. And the real conversation really starts is when you trying to sleep 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, this is when she wants to talk.
Right.
This is the great time when she knows you have to get up. This is the great time. We need to discuss this now because we can't go into this day without this.
Right.
We need to settle this now. And that's when it normally comes out. That's when it's like, okay. And when you will feel her energy when she's sitting up in the bed like this and the light is on. And you turn over and you like, okay, what's going on? Well, we need to talk.
Well, some women, because if they know you got a decent job where you got to get some rest and go to sleep, they're going to let you get your rest and go to work.
Some don't care about it.
That's what I'm saying.
When it's time to talk, it's time to talk.
Yeah, when it's and that's the time normally when
on
they
your
want to
time.
talk. Yeah.
But then,
absolutely.
You get that, Chris? You get that?
Yeah, I get it. Lou brought up, to add to that point what Lou was saying, it's like the factors with women change, like economically. So, like, say exactly what Lou just said. If you have a career and she sees that you work hard, she's not gonna, bother you or nothing like that. But if you somebody that's just home doing nothing, you gonna get your woman's pretty much gonna pick fights with you versus somebody that's in 12 hours, 12 shift. She's gonna call you as soon as you get home. It's gonna be meals prepared for you, and it's just. It's a different game when you're making money versus when you don't got nothing.
Yeah, they definitely. That's the sweetest sound when the kids say "Daddy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, listen, man, we're gonna let you go ahead and deal with the
Finish
daughter.
your popsicle.
Yeah.
Before I go, I just
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Send it off.
Before I go, I ask from the narcissistic community. Before I go, I just want to know. Does your romper come suede or leather?
That was funny. You should have just stuck with narcissistic community. You had to hit there. You shouldn't have followed it up.
He's
Thank
a
you,
fireman.
Chris. Yeah.
Chris from Connecticut.
Nice guy.
Now residing in Florida, an Apollo
Comedy
legend.
judge.
Fatherhood. So, Yeah, I think that's just interesting how the women and men communicate differently, and they just, and it goes back to us saying that women are just not satisfied. They're always trying to improve.
The bottomless pit.
Yeah, you just can't. They're just not happy with when things are going well.
It's a catch-22.
You know, they just gotta.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, totally. And that is. Can you say that again?
No, because I don't want to fuck up the
It's one syllable word. Damn if you do and damn if you don't. I totally agree with that.
No, you are. You're in that catch-22. It's like, I do this, then I'm wrong for that. If I don't do this, then you say something about that.
And women don't realize that.
But in here to that catch-22, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. Then you say, well, I did this and I did. Oh, there you go, bring up that stuff. It's like, how do you? No,
you just got to go. You just got to be really. To maintain a healthy relationship, the man has to really be in control of himself and have confidence in who he is, and just function. And the woman will naturally follow. And then you make her. You make her feel like she leads. But you have to be. I mean, that's what the male. I mean, we were here first, and we just they try, because whenever you let them
here first,
when you let them in front, they eventually going to turn around and say, why aren't you in front? Why do I have to do everything? Where a man is like, okay, cool, this is what I do. I got to do this, and they take the good with the bad. If a woman's leading and then something doesn't go right, well, okay, it's just my fault. Then I guess it's all my fault. Okay, now you're getting all emotional, but you wanted to be in front.
I'm gonna say this, because at the mall the other day, older brother, he was holding his wife's purse, but he was sitting out on the bench, and I just went up to him and I sat next to him. I said, "How long you been married?" He said, "I've been holding her purse for 55 years." I just wanted to know. You know what I mean?
No,
and it's a lot of compromise in there.
Oh, that's all it is. I mean, that's the number one thing with women.
Yeah, that's the one of the keys to a healthy relationship. You got to be able to compromise.
Now, for them, I mean, a healthy relationship is football season and a big flat screen, and you getting all the games. That's a health, and her leaving you alone. And going out with her girlfriends and not spending too much money.
But like Chris says, that energy, when that energy change, they know when football season's coming up. Oh, I'm about to lose this dude to this football crap, and I got to get my walks in. I got to get my weekends of window shopping in.
They also.
You gotta make her enjoy the sport with you too.
No, they
That's not their thing.
Mess it up. No, they
not all women.
Even the ones, excuse me, even the ones who try to act like they know about it, they get on your nerves.
Don't do nothing.
Because they just
they overknow.
Yeah, they just their input is always at the wrong time. It's like they should call a timeout. You know what? You know what? Just
it's
chill.
halftime.
Yeah, right. So and I give credit where credit's due. Some of them are honest. Some of them like, I don't like it and I don't deal with it. I just let him do it. Right. Those are the ones like, cool, that's what you do. Mm-hmm. But even, again, that's sarcastic, the way they try to put it on you. And it's just, and a lot of, unfortunately, women tend to lean and deal with their girlfriends too much who don't have anything, who are not putting in work. That's just, I mean, men very seldom will go to their boy who's not in a relationship and ask him about relationship advice. You just, why am I asking? You'll ask him about something about being single, but you won't, or you'll ask him about, you won't ask his advice, but you'll ask him, hey man, what do you think about this? Because they're going to have their perspective from a single guy's point of view. Because they dealt with a bunch of girls. Right. And they're like, man, she just da-da-da-da-da. But you're not going to go say, hey man, do you think I should? No, man, they don't want to hear that.
Well, Steve Harvey wrote a book about it, and he's been married 3 times, so the fuck kind of advice he gives.
But women cling to that stuff.
I mean, if women feel that if you're on their side, then you're their champion, even though you could be fooling them. That's why they get fooled so much. That's why these women get played the way they get played. And I'm sorry, but it's so easy, especially now. Back in the day, you had to have some substance. Now women are so easily fooled. It's just sad.
I don't think they're easily fooled, but it's just like, a piece of man is better than no man. You hear a lot of women say
that again. A piece of man
is better than no man at all.
So how about guys stop fooling these females and keep it real?
It's hard.
But that's the problem. When keeping it real is something that you all can't comprehend or you don't want to digest.
You guys say that. That's what you assume in your mind.
No,
but not all women feel that way.
Because you guys will mess it up. You guys will throw a wrench in it because it's you'll come to the conclusion, this is not what I want. But it is what you want. Right. I'm consistent. I'm doing this. This is me. This is who I am. Right. I'm this guy. I don't go out. If I say I'm on my way home, I'm on my way home. Right. If I say I'm just relaxing, I'm relaxing. You all got to add seasoning to it to make, like, hey, why don't you go out with me? Now, if you got a guy that's a homebody, I chill. I like being at home. I like watching my Law and Order, my Criminal
And to the point
Minds.
where you say they add seasoning to it, like you say, I'm just at home chilling. Who chills at home on a Friday night?
Right. And then even if you say
that sounds like someone out of your age range. Who says that?
No, because a lot of you guys have things that
you get to a certain age, you don't really care about going out. You've done all the club things.
No, you want to go out with your girlfriends. You want to do things.
Yeah, that's true. But in terms of like every Friday night, we got to be out somewhere.
No. I'm saying that you have things like, listen, me and my girlfriend's going to meet. Why don't you come? And then you're like, I don't want to be the only guy sitting up there because your other girlfriends don't have men.
Because the thing to that point is, like you say,
I wouldn't want my guy to come hang out with me and my girlfriend.
It's the thing of showcasing.
But let me just say this to the whole age thing. It's like women of all ages read magazines. And the statistics say that 83% of men do this on Friday night. So if I just say I'm just chilling, but the magazine already said I'm out 83% of the time, you can't be chilling because you done read some article that puts me in this number.
Right.
When I'm not doing that. So that's that extra seasoning we're just talking about.
And you just realize it. You do the best you can in a relationship, but you realize that.
And then you kill her.
Yeah, because they just, I mean.
Hey, I did the best I can.
That's why you travel and do what you got to do. Listen, I'm Lewis Dix.
TDP.
I'm Jeff Arnold.
It's been a great show.
It's been really narcissisity tonight.
Yeah, we need to work on that. Our narcissism needs to be worked on.
A narcissism is a system like that. Yeah.
He gonna go home and practice that word.
He should.
Write it 100 times.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we thank all of you out there.
No high corn fructose in that word.
Hysterical. Hey, before we go, I just wanted to take a moment to shout out our fans. Our fans. We've been some of the listeners
we lost a couple.
Follow us have been following us for almost 10 years since the Foxhole days.
They need to get a life.
Really, Lewis?
No, I appreciate it.
No, we're just joking.
And because of the Foxhole, a lot of our fans and people who listen have forged a lot of friendships amongst themselves. Yeah. So it's become sort of a family type thing over almost 10 years. We were on the Foxhole, 2008? Mm-hmm. And throughout those years, the fans have continued to support not only me, but all of the hosts that were a part of the Foxhole. And so I just we lost a fan that followed us for years. His name was Alvin Dahmer.
Alvin Dahmer, rest in power. Really
funny guy.
Allegedly.
Engaged in
foolery.
He'd appreciate this, Teeter, I'm
Of course.
But rest in peace to him, and also wanted to just say thanks to all the fans that have been supporting us all these years. We truly
because I remember talking to him when we had the chat line thing.
Yeah, we used to have a chat line, and we'd get on there and chop it up and make jokes with the fans.
So now he's in the big chat line.
He would have liked it like that.
He's in the chat line. Well, listen, we wish him, his family, our condolences go out to his family.
For sure.
I don't know who inherited his computer, who he passed
Gets
it down
his domain name.
Yeah. Right. But
damn.
What?
Hey man, what are we supposed to do, man?
I know.
I didn't know him. So.
He loved the show. You know what? And it's funny because a lot of us have never met each other, but it's just a real kinship.
Now, how did he die?
I read that he passed away from a heart attack, and he was only 38. These brothers are dying so young from health issues.
That's what Jeff is talking about. So he
headlines in health.
Yeah,
38.
38 years old.
Special.
Oh my God, 38. That's so young, man.
Yeah,
gotta take care of yourself.
You really
gotta take care of yourself.
Well,
enjoy, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna eat this in behalf on honor of my man.
We got a call. Hold on.
We got.
Wow.
If it's
Willy
him,
Wonka,
I'm out. If it's my man, I'm out.
You're like, what's
Yo,
up?
my man.
Caller.
Hi, this is Seymour. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Seymour. Last time I saw Seymour, she was rowing or something, or stretching or something, exercising. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just wanted to say hello to everyone. And I heard Poetess talking about Alvin. Oh my God, I was so sad about that as well. And just wanted to say hello, Tito. Welcome back, Lewis. Welcome back. Hi, John Lemon.
Hello.
Great show, and I just wanted to call in to say hello. I don't want to stay on long.
Wait. What's going on with you? Have you met someone yet? Because you're just too beautiful and too. You must be crazy.
She's a man.
She's a man, baby.
That is so funny. I'm meeting people, but I've been really busy with work. Like I traveled a lot last month. I was in New York. I was in Maine. So I've been traveling a lot. So
that's cold.
When's the last time you've been on a date?
Tell us about one dinner date.
That's cold for she's not interested in nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's been a long time. I don't like foolishness. I have one allergy, and it's BS. There's a lot of BS out here. And I hear Lewis, talking about, women or whatever. But like Poet said, there are a lot of guys that are not 100. And when I can detect BS, I'm out of there.
So when's the last time you were interested in someone? What do you look for?
I like height. So tall men get my attention. I like nice teeth. You gotta have a sense of humor, and just be yourself. A lot of people like to present their representatives. So, I mean, I'm open to love, and I want love, but I don't want anything except that. I'm not, open to foolishness. If that makes sense. Like I want genuine love, and it's really hard to find that. It's like everybody wants to.
Yeah, you got to go back to the '60s to find that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't even know if they really had it back then either.
Well, you go to church and stuff, right?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, you got to meet your man in the gym then. I think you're beautiful. I think
appreciate that.
Thank you
you're
beautiful.
very much.
I mean, I think you're. I'm not tall enough for you. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because.
And plus, you got code 3.
Wow, she's really listening.
But no, I love that you found love with code 3. I think that's beautiful. I'm really happy for you.
She's a man.
Code 3 might be 187.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He ain't brought her up to
Might have to extend the show another 15 minutes.
It's Mr. 5 o'clock in the building.
Oh my God.
Oh, my dad's here.
No, I'm joking. Code 3 is good. She's good. She just glitching.
She on one.
She glitching. Hey, listen. Thank you, C-Love. Keep working out. I'm gonna keep trolling you. Love you. Love you.
Have a blessed weekend.
Love you.
Have a safe weekend.
Right.
And remember,
bye-bye.
Seymour, you got to open your legs to open up to love.
Exactly.
Come on, hot mess. Peter.
Just let him come on in.
That's funny. Invite that happiness in.
Yeah, you got to open it in.
Mess.
Take that
Have a blessed one.
That's what you got to do. Take that
Thank you, Seymour.
All right. Hey, listen. Shout
All
out
love
to,
doesn't have foreskin.
what was my man's name?
Al.
Alvin.
Al. Hey, Alvin.
For the DMV.
Alvin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alvin.
Rest in power.
Rest in power. We're out. Thank you, POTUS.
All right. See you. Have a good weekend,
38.
everybody.
Heart attack.
I got to get to practice.